This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to my review of What If, Episode 9, What If the Watcher Broke His Oath? And this was an interesting episode. So, to go into it, and starting off, I think that was really good. Best one yet. Of course, there'll be spoilers. You knew that you clicked on a review of the episode, so let's go into it. And this episode begins showing a short clip of each of the stories of the different characters ended up, including, Captain Carter, Hardy Thor, T'Challa Star-Lord, Killmonger, and we also get to see the ending of the Gamora Thanos storyline, and that specifically we haven't seen the episode yet, but it does confirm that she does take place in a story with the Sakaar Iron Man, which I wasn't fully sure about, but it looks like that's what happens. And they'll be fighting Thanos in that one. But yeah, that was interesting. So we then see the assembling of the Guardians of the Multiverse, and this is a really good team up. And we see first off Captain Carter in the stealth suit, although she doesn't have the stealth suit shield like she does in the Lego set, which is just kind of a cool, unique thing you can get in it. But I think that maybe they should have been switched, even though we would have got a less detailed one by the normal Captain Carter suit. But still, it was cool and interesting to see that. And let's just go into the main story. So we have the Guardians of the Multiverse teaming up, and we know they have to beat Ultron with the full gauntlet. The plan is to destroy the Infinity Stones with the Infinity Stone Crusher that Gamora has, which she used to presumably destroy her own Infinity Gauntlet. They say she did it, but we don't fully know if the stones could be fully destroyed. We don't even know if the MCU's one was destroyed. But yeah, continuing on, we see some interesting stuff. The storyline, including how dark things have been getting. And yeah, it was pretty interesting to see how this all went, especially with how Strange Supreme has become so powerful. Yeah, we see them fighting, and in a basically dead universe, which I'm assuming is the zombies one, since they were just able to sling ring the zombies in. We get, most of them fighting Ultron, and eventually they're able to get the Soul Stone from Ultron and escape. But this does lead to a pretty, intense scene where they bring in all the zombies, and Zombie Scarlet Witch comes in, and Ultron is able to easily destroy all the zombies, eventually helping up the last few survivors. Although it would have been cool if Zombie Thanos showed up and the two of them fought with full Infinity Gauntlets. which would, we'll say, the dark ending to the zombies which we thought would happen, and it seems that the zombies is the only one that doesn't even have a partial conclusion, since we have got one for the rest of them. Looking at it, yeah, things were getting really intense. Definitely as intense as they returned to the home universe, and before they could do anything with the Soul Stone, Black Widow comes in and takes it, although they are able to, get things finished off really quickly. We get to military battles of trying to keep the Soul Stone away, and while Ultron is nearly able to get him after using the Time Stone after freezing them in place, but since Strange Supreme also has the Time Stone, the effects of it don't work on him, and they try to destroy the stones, but they learn that because all the Infinity Stones are just slightly different, they weren't destroyed, but they were able to launch the Zola virus into what's called Ultron. Zola is able to take over, but also Killmonger betrays them and tries to take the stones for himself, but Zola, now fully controlling the body, tries to take them back, and really the battle is becoming very intense as the two try to bring the stones to each other, but at this moment Doctor Strange realizes, or Strange Supreme realizes that they weren't meant to win. They were meant to get them into this stalemate and open the mirror dimension around them, trapping them, and as this is done, he is sent back with the rest to their own universes, besides Black Widow, which I'll get to in a minute. Catherine Carter does want to go back to her own time, but is told that she is needed in the present, for her at least, not the past to her. Well, with time things get weird. She returns. Strange Supreme returns to his universe, where he is left to watch over Zola and Killmonger, basically resolving everything for that universe, since Killmonger can't return since he's trapped in a infinite stalemate with Zola to try and get the stones. And finally, the things are getting pretty bad for Black Widow, who says she doesn't want to return to her own universe since there's literally nothing left. She is possibly the last living being in that universe. So, the Watcher says that walking through the door, which was, was always metaphorical, and sends her to actually the one from the murder episode, which I think is the last one that, kind of need to resolve besides zombies. And Black Widow comes and is able to help defeat Loki. And she says that Loki should be dead, which makes sense since this is after the Dark World but before Ragnarok, so Loki is presumed dead in her home universe. And she is in one where not only eventually there are Captain America and Captain Marvel, since, well, she's dead, Hawkeye's dead, and the rest of the Avengers are dead, but that was still very interesting to see. And honestly, I really liked that she got to go to a universe where, she was both dead and I think would have cheapened it if she was brought back to the main MCU, which I was kind of fearing they would do. I was like, oh, it would be cool to see Black Widow back. I don't think they should do it, the main MCU, but it works going into the murder mystery one. And yeah, I really like this episode. It was a very nice conclusion to everything besides the zombies episode. We don't really know what happened to them, besides that we haven't seen what happened to the zombie Thanos. And we haven't, which is really interesting. But I think we may get a conclusion to that. We also need to see this full story of, well, now Iron Man and Thanos Gamora. And I'm interested to see what happens there, because it seems that she's not a villain, and both her and Iron Man were trapped on Sakaar, but also killed Thanos. So I'm interested to see how that goes, even though we know how it ends. And yeah, I just really like this episode. It had a very solid story, very solid conclusion. It was pretty much the best one yet. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. And I'm so excited to see season 2 and where that continues. We have, one confirmed episode, which is the Gamora, Thanos, and Iron Man one. And we don't know what's really going to be after that. So I am interested to see that. And I wonder what other what if stories there are, because it seems that the Watcher is going back to his not interfering, and that's the reason he didn't do too much in this episode. Oh, and then I think there's going to be a Captain Carter continuation, since she did find Steve as the Hydra Stomper in the Lemurian star from the Winter Soldier, which is interesting, and I'm wondering what's going on, if he's been Winter Soldiered or something else, and if he is under the control of Hydra. But that'll be interesting, because I feel like that's a setup for season 2, so I think we have 2 really real confirmed episodes. And I'm guessing we would probably get a conclusion to the zombies, so that might be 3. And I'm guessing from that, we're going to have, another team up and a few other ones, because I think the rest of them will probably be originals. Those 3 are ones that we need to either see the story for, or will look like cliffhangers and read continuations of. But I think the rest of them will, be left out to, just kind of exist. But I also think that there's probably going to be another threat. Maybe Zola and, what's his name? Killmonger break this stalemate and escape the mirror dimension, or maybe something else happens. I'm not really sure, but I'm guessing there'll be another team up at the end of next season. Probably another 2-part finale, but I don't even know when that's coming out, but I'm still excited to see that. And that's really it. Look out for rest of my content, including my review of the Archer season finale tomorrow, and hopefully I finish it. When I finish being able to record it, my Batman What If storyline for tomorrow. If not, that might be pushed to next week, and I'll only have the Archer one out tomorrow. And that's mainly just because I may not have enough time to record it. But really, that's it, and I'm also sorry this came out a little later. I was working on some other stuff. I did see the episode, but it just took me a little bit to get a chance to record this. So, I think I'm basically done. Pretty excited. And I don't even know if there's anything coming out until Hawkeye next month. There has to be probably something that they're gonna go over a month without any new content, but I may be wrong. So we'll see about that. And I think starting next week, I'm going to be having 2 Arrowverse videos, one for the 2020 to 2021 season, mainly 2021 season because, there's no reality of the 2020 season that started, but also I'll be starting a 2021 to 2022 season. I'm going over Legends and Batwoman. I don't think anything else starts next week, but I'll just double check. And yeah, besides that, I'm basically done. I'll see you all in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.